All right. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Bob Turner, and this is the Summit Podcast. We're back with another episode. I'm recommitted to getting some episodes done here, and I invited some folks on a couple of weeks ago. So now my schedule's blown up with calls, and we're moving stuff around and fitting people in. Today, I'm here with Alex Redman of North Star Bailey, College Town Siding, and Hanover, Mass. So Alex is one of our clients inside the Rosenberg Group community. The owner of the company, Bill Gustafson, invested in coaching several months ago, and Alex has been able to benefit from that. We're going to talk a little bit about what brought him into this business, what he's been through this year, how he's had to take a bigger leadership role and why, and then maybe leave you guys with a few nuggets, okay? So this is a guy that's been in the trenches, kind of come up through the ranks over 20 years I'll say in the remodeling and the siding and windows and roofing, building exteriors, vertical, if you will. So I hope you'll find this interesting today, guys. And Alex, welcome to the Summit Podcast. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks a lot, Bob. I really appreciate you having me on. And it's been a long road. It's been a long road. It's only been 23 years, but it
You're
feels like forever right now.
you're a 23-year overnight success, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
well, hey, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it once again. But let's just start. Let's go all the way back. I mean, what got you in? What do you do specifically, or what did you do, and what got you into the business, and why?
Well, so how this whole thing started with me, I was a 17-year-old kid in high school, and I had a buddy that worked for a guy named Bob LaPierre. And it got to the point where I was like, I want to make some extra money on the weekends or in the summer. And I asked him, hey, he was a good friend of mine, so we talked about always working for this contractor. I said,
Mm,
oh yeah, that might seem like something that I wanted to do because before that I worked for a golf course, so I was used to getting up early and used to working with my hands.
sure.
And he said, hey, I got this guy, and here's his number. So I called him. And he said, I don't know if I have anything for you, but I just finished rehabbing my house, but I haven't done the outside yet. So if you want to come by, I have some boulders I need to get dug up in my house. I said,
Great.
okay, I don't care. 17 years old. I just wanted the money. I didn't care what I was doing.
Right.
I'm a big guy. I'm 6'5", 280 pounds. I was like, yeah, that's my jam. Okay,
I can
let's
move
go.
rocks.
Absolutely. So I did that, and he said, okay, yeah, pull all these boulders out. So I started digging all those up, and there was one big one in the left-hand corner, and I started digging that up, and I was three-quarters of the way done with it. Almost had it moved, and he came back and said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! No, I didn't mean that one. I didn't mean that one." I was like, "Oh, you said all the boulders," and the way Bobby tells the story is, I knew right there. Okay, maybe I can use this kid.
Right.
And he said, "Yeah, you know what? I got a window job to do. We were doing a replacement bay window in a house the following Saturday." He's like, you'll be good. You'll be able to help lift the window in. He said, I can't promise you anything else, but I'll use you as I can. And we did that job that day. Bobby and I connected, and it was literally 23 years
Yeah.
constant from the start until what, and we'll get into the end.
Yeah.
But I knew when I started working for Bobby, he was anybody who came up in the 90s or early 2000s, you got screamed at.
Right.
That's exactly what I did. You got screamed at. I got screamed at by my father growing up. And I got screamed at by Bobby for years, and
It
it
was a
didn't really
natural.
bother me. It was natural. It was just, it was what you did, is what happened. But 2 years into it, by the time, before I was actually a little less, before I was 19, I realized, I said to myself, I really like what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I really enjoy this, and I want to be him. I want to be Bobby. Like I want to own my own business. And
Hmm.
he was very um he told me everything that I needed to know. He didn't hold anything back like some contractors might do
Right.
with their guys.
Sure.
He was what's the word I'm trying to use? He was very
Transparent.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Thank you. He was very transparent with everything about the money, about the time it takes, about the time away from your family and everything.
Mm,
But I still loved it. I knew by
yeah,
19 that I wanted to own my own business at some point.
that's cool. Well, what is some of the things that he taught you that still show up in how you lead today? Maybe not the hollering and the screaming, but
Yeah.
what are some things that you learned from Bob? I remember a story Bill tells. He said Bob could pull into a driveway and say, "That piece of trim right there over that door is crooked. Tear it down."
Yeah, yeah. We used to call him Hawkeye because he would drive by and call me and say, "Hey, what's going on with that?" It's like, "Okay, all right, calm down." But a lot of the things I learned from him was being able to deal with customers. He was very good with
Mm,
the customers. The work ethic was second to none as far as I've ever seen from him, and my father were pretty much equal. Um, the greatest thing about me and Bobby is we developed a friendship over the 20 years that was as important to me as it was to my own family. He
yeah,
became part of my family. He became part of us. My family loved him. He loved us. And but one thing we were able to do is separate business and pleasure.
cool.
So we had a friendship and we had business, but as so if he'd scream at me during the day and we get an argument, we'd get the job done. And at the end of the day on the way home, he'd say, "Hey, what are you doing tonight? You want to go see a race?" Like, yeah,
Right.
let's go.
Big NASCAR fans. I know you guys went to some races, but before we talk about that, what was it you think he saw in you before you saw it yourself?
I think he saw I think he saw the future
Hmm.
for the first thing. I think he saw my work ethic. We both thought the same way. We were able to go over, it got to a point where we were able to talk to each other about jobs. Hey, how do you think we should go about this? How do you think we should go about that? We just happened to just think the same way.
Yeah.
It was very odd.
Hmm.
It was a very odd relationship, not something you see every day in construction.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, flashing forward to this past year, and but people may not know what we're getting at is you lost Bob, and
Yes.
that was incredibly tough for you. I knew I got to meet Bob when I came down and did some coaching with he and Bill earlier in the year, and um, and you were now you had to step up. I mean, what was that moment like for you when you realized, okay, now it's here. I gotta take everything that I learned from Bob and put it into play.
Yeah. I mean, two things happened. I lost my father in January, and then we lost Bob
Man,
in June. So I lost the two most important men in my life that taught me everything.
yeah,
And going to Bobby, it was I knew it was coming.
yeah,
We had about a year to prepare, so we knew it was coming. But once it happened, it became very surreal.
mm,
It's like, okay, now it's me. Everything he taught me, everything he instilled in me. Okay, I got to step up. This has got to be me. This is what I promised him that I would do that. I promised his family that I'd take care of him, his wife that I'd take care of her. So it was,
yeah,
it still is surreal. Even driving it, I drive around in his truck now, and it's still extremely surreal. But from a leadership standpoint and a business standpoint, he taught me very well, and I was ready for it. I'm very blessed and very fortunate to have him in my life because when that happened and he passed away, I was ready to step into that role.
yeah. I mean, was it? So it sounds like you had some real clarity. My next question was there fear there or clarity? It sounds like maybe you just answered that.
There was 100% clarity. We talked about it numerous times.
Yeah,
Even a week before he died, we went over everything again,
man.
and we just had we had a relationship that I wish I'm my hope in business and my life is actually to be able to pass on the knowledge and the relationship to a younger kid
Mm,
that I had with him
yeah,
because it meant so much to me.
yeah. What changed for you, like internally, when you went from um being the student, right, to now,
Hmm.
or from learning to say owning everything?
It went from um, motivation to drive.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
It went from motivation to drive because I was always motivated to get to that point, and now that I'm at that point, now I'm driven to okay, I got to take this to the next level and have Bobby look down on me and say, "I'm fucking proud of you, kid."
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, proud of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, let's talk about the leadership side of it, right? A lot of people talk, leadership when things are going well, right? It's all good,
yeah.
but oftentimes leadership shows up when things are heavy, right? And it was definitely heavy this year for you and you guys and Bill. We'll talk about Bill in a minute, but I mean, were there some things that you had to stop doing and things you had to start doing in this process, either with Bill or the team or yourself, either professionally or personally? Like, what had to change as you stepped into this role?
Well, one thing I did with the role is something I've always typically done is get involved in the team's personal lives. I
Hmm.
stress that a lot. I've talked to you about that before. I think one of the best ways to lead is knowing everybody, knowing their families, knowing their wives, their
Yep.
husbands, their dogs, their kids,
Right.
and taking a genuine interest in their families. And that I, I've seen that work so many times
Mm.
that I'm always going to do that. Personally, changing is getting more because I've been so much away from my. We don't have my wife and I don't have any kids. We have a dog. He's our fur baby.
Yeah.
So um, trying to spend more time with her and realizing it takes a lot to be an entrepreneur and be an owner of a business, and I'm here a lot, but she completely understands, which is fantastic. But
Mm.
taking that time for family and everything like that, and also my own personal thing, taking care of my body. I've been
Yeah.
taking care of my body the last probably 8 months, 9 months since I actually met you,
Good.
more so than I ever did growing up. So I'm in better
Good.
shape at 40 than I was at 30.
Love to hear it. Yeah, that's cool. It's kind of funny you have those moments in your life where you can look back and go, yeah, that was the moment where I had to step up.
Yeah.
That's the moment where, and maybe I didn't even have a choice. I just had to do it. So let's talk about Bill for a minute. Bill Gustafson. Okay, so
Sure.
Bill and Bob came together several years ago, and they just kind of just blended things up and this, you do your thing, I'm doing mine, and let's win together. And it worked. And I think Bill stayed out of Bob's lane. Bob stayed out of Bill's lane, it seemed anyway, as a coach from the
Yeah.
outside looking in. But now you and Bill are having to navigate things together. And that might be a little bit different for you. How has your relationship evolved since you've stepped into more responsibility?
It's gone. I mean, I can't say it's been any better. I've got, like, again, very blessed. We
Yeah,
don't, there is no back and forth. We're very on top of what we're doing. We have great relationship. We hang out together. All right. I mean, this
mm,
Sunday we're all going on a little Christmas cruise around
sure,
Boston Harbor together
cool.
and everything like that. But it's been fantastic. I love Bill. He's a fantastic person. His family's great. He's a great businessman. I love working with him. And I don't know if I'm going to probably say this for the first time to you. I don't know if you know this, but it's official that I stepped in Bobby's role. I'm now part owner of North Star
That's
Bailey.
awesome. I got goosebumps, man. I know we've had
Yeah.
that was important to Bill and Bob, and
Yeah.
I know you. And what a great way to end the year, to say, okay, kid, so to speak, because you're not a kid anymore, but
Yeah.
to recognize your efforts and to get you. And you and Bill have both said to me, we're going to take care of Bob's wife and family. That's whether you realize that or not. That's uncommon.
Yeah.
It's uncommon. So, tip of the cap to you guys for doing that. And I'm sure you and Bill have had some tough conversations, like without digging into too much personally. But what's been the hardest conversation between you two as you've kind of grown into this role?
Um, the toughest thing was losing Bobby and talking to each other about how we're going to go
Mm,
forward.
yeah,
That was really the toughest one. But it took a couple of weeks,
yeah.
but we had multiple conversations on the phone in the office, obviously. And there's a lot of times I got to put the tools back on, and I'm
Oh
not in
yeah,
the office.
yeah,
So, but we got through. We had our conversations. We figured everything out. We said, okay, we're going to do this, and we got to move forward. Even though he passed away with
yeah.
this, he wouldn't want us not to move forward.
Oh
He
yeah.
would. He was the type of guy. If okay, yep, my dad died. I'm going to work the next day, and I did the same thing. So the day after Bobby passed away, I was there because I
You
and I
knew
didn't
he.
want to be. I did not want to be, but I knew. that
Yeah.
he would be looking down at me saying, "Get your fucking ass to work, kid."
Get your
All
ass to
right.
work, kid.
So,
That trim's crooked over the door. Fix that
yep,
shit, you know?
yep.
Um, well, cool, man. It's awesome. Um, I've grown to like and love all you guys, and it's just been cool to work with you. Earlier this year, and you alluded to it earlier, you and Bill made the decision to get some coaching and joined us inside the Rosenberg group. I had already been working with Bill. He kind of came over as Steve and I joined. You know, and I guess let me ask you this: why was it the right time, and what surprised you the most about being coached?
I didn't know anything going into it, Bob.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was a thing.
Yep.
All right. Bill just told me one day, "Hey, we're going up. I'm working with this guy, Bob Turner, and we're going up. He's a business coach. Never heard of it before. We're going up to Portland, and, you know, would you like to come?" I said, "Yeah, it sounds interesting. I have no idea."
Hmm.
And the entire your summit with you and Steve and who was the other? I loved him too. The guy that spoke,
Oh, Gary
Gary.
Shuker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it blew me away. I was so interested in it.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is amazing. These guys blow me away.
No, that's cool.
And then Steve said, come down to Houston. I said, hey, we got to go there because this is gonna might make a difference.
Yeah.
And then here we are today.
Well, that's cool. We're glad you guys jumped in. What's one habit or maybe a belief or preconceived notion or whatever or myth or whatever that you've kind of changed? What's something that's shifted since you guys started getting some coaching or since you got exposed to it? I know you're working out more.
Yep, working out more. For me, it's been, and you and I've talked about this before, and we talked about this in ground school this past week, is the imposter syndrome. That
Right.
really resonated towards me. I've always thought, even though everybody else thought I was doing well, didn't think here that I was doing well.
Sure.
I didn't think I deserved what I was getting, what I was doing, even though I put the time in, put the work in. Now I know I deserve a seat at this table. I deserve to be here. I
Yeah.
deserve what I've worked for and what has come out of it. And that's it, it feels great. And now that I've accomplished my biggest goal in life, is owning my own company. Now I got to create another one and take this business to the level that I know it can get
Awesome.
at.
Man, I love that. You kind of taken the answers to my questions before I asked them because
Yeah.
the next one I had was that you're playing a bigger role personally, right?
Yes.
And professionally, but on the personal side, like, let me ask you, you may not be ready for this question. How has this change or this step up changed the way you see yourself as a man and a leader and a contributor to the company? Owner now.
Personally or professionally?
Yeah, personally.
Personally, it's it's scary at times.
Hmm.
It's definitely scary at times, but I'm ready. I'm 100% ready for it. It's another. I love challenges. If I don't get challenged, I'm on the couch and doing nothing.
Right.
I need to be challenged every single day for something.
Sure.
Just this
Yeah.
week, I challenged myself. I said, I'm going to make a video every single day and put it on social media. And I did it yesterday, and I've already made one today. And after this call, I'm going to edit it and put it on there today. So
Perfect.
that's my next challenge.
That's
So
it.
it's that's what I realized for myself this past year, is I need to be challenged. If not, I get stagnant,
Mm.
and it becomes kind of what's the saying with the idle hands of the devil's playground. That's what
Yeah.
happens to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, how would you say you're showing up differently today than say a year ago at work?
The accountability and the responsibility is much higher.
Brought it up, right? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, oh, significantly,
Mm.
because even though I was always accountable, always there, always going to be there for Bobby and Bill. Now it's like, there is no sick days.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
is no I'm hurt. You show up every single day, no matter what.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
limp in here, you cough in here. That's how it has to go. Well,
Yeah.
otherwise, you sitting home, you're not gonna advance yourself,
Yeah.
personally or professionally.
I always like to think that looking back on days as a leader in construction and my company, I always would say to guys, "Hey, you may be here a week, you might be here a year, you might be here 10 years, but when you leave, and you will, I want people to, I want you to know, I want you to be able to say that I was fair. That was my big thing, right? Let me ask you, what do you hope people say about your leadership 5 or 10 years from now?
The biggest thing is, in all honesty, he really cared about me and he was there for me when I needed it. That's
Okay.
really the only
Yeah.
thing I really care about.
Yeah. The other stuff you kind of can take care of, right? Like we
Yeah,
can fix all that other shit, right?
right. Because it's not as
Yeah.
I will do anything for anybody in my team personally. They need me on the weekend, help them out with their kids. What I'll be there.
Mm.
That's what
Yeah.
I want people to say about me. That's kind of my legacy. I'm gonna here to help people.
I love it. Yeah. Legacy's the word for sure. And Bob certainly left one. And I always say, or I don't know, I got it from somebody. It certainly wasn't original. Legacy is not what you leave people; it's what you leave in them. And he left.
Mhm.
He left a lot in you.
He sure did.
Yeah, for sure. So, hey, flashing back to where you were at, like if we had a hold of a few kids right now, right, young guys, so those might be called up or might have the opportunity to lead someday, and might even be listening to this. What would you, if you could speak directly to them right now, what would you tell them?
I would tell them, don't be afraid to put in the time now. When you come into a trade, if you're coming into construction, and I'm only talking about construction, pay your dues.
Yeah.
You're going to have to pay your dues. You're going to have to do the grunt work, show up every day, work hard, and somebody's going to notice. Somebody's going to notice, and they're going to, and follow your instincts and go with the people that you feel comfortable with. That's the biggest thing I've always done is follow my instincts.
Mm,
I could have told you 100 times that other people left Bobby, or I might have thought, oh, yeah, we're not in a good situation. I probably leave, but I followed my instinct. Nope, stick with this guy, and I'm in a significantly better situation than I was if I didn't do that.
yeah. Bob was a winner.
So yeah, so biggest thing, put your time in, pay your dues, listen to the people, the older guys above you,
Mm,
and learn from them. But pick the person that you really want to follow going forward out of all those guys.
I love it. Sometimes all you need is that one person to take a shot on you, right?
Yep,
But you got to
absolutely.
be that person worth taking a shot on. So, guys, if you're watching this, listen to Alex. Okay, he's been there and done that. Man, I appreciate you being on and being open about this season, and the loss that you've had, but also the gain. Okay,
Yep.
and the new vision going forward. Before we wrap up, let me ask you this: what are you most grateful for right now?
I'm grateful for I'm always family. Always grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for the friends that I have in this business. I'm grateful for, in all honesty, you, Bob, because since
Oh,
since,
thanks,
since I
man.
met you, I've only gotten 1% better every day, like you said when I originally first met you.
Yeah,
And I really thank you for that. And because of
appreciate it.
meeting you, that the avenues that we've gone through and now where we are right now, because I first met you. So yes, I'm grateful to you.
Yeah, thanks, man. That's not why I asked the question, but I
No, I
appreciate
know.
that. It's
Yep.
I've always seen that in you, and Bill speaks highly of you, and Bob did too, and um, it's just been fun to have you in the room, so to speak, at some of the coaching things that we've done. And see you step into that leadership role. Um, and it's leadership, and we've talked a lot about leadership. We just spent 2 days talking about leadership,
Yep.
and you heard me talk about the fact that it's not about titles. It's about answering the call.
Yep.
And you're
Yep.
you're answering the call, and you're doing exactly that. I gave you a little bit of a hint on the front end that I might ask you this next question, and we can wrap it up with this. Is you hear me talk about the edge, and I wrote a book called Finding Your Edge, and I love to ask people this question, and I always say the edge is it's where you go when the shit hits the fan. It's what you bring to the table that others don't, and how you show up differently, right? When in those
Mhm.
moments. And so I'm always asking people, what's your edge? So Alex, what's your edge?
Mine 100% without a doubt is I'm the person that everybody that I care about around me can count on every single day, every minute of the day.
Love it. Love it. Sounds like maybe you've been asked that question before.
No, I don't care about me. I care about the people that I love and I care about, and I'll always be there for them no matter what.
Yeah. Well, that's good, man. And we love having you as part of the community. I appreciate you being willing to do this. As we wrap it up, I always like to give people that come on the floor, and just simply ask them, hey, what do you want people to know?
I want people be kind to people. Be kind to people.
Yeah.
There's so much hate out there nowadays. There's so much shit going on. Whether it's politically or professional, whatever. Be
Yeah.
nice to people. Do some. If you're well off, do something for somebody who isn't as well off as you. That's the best thing I can say. That's why I try to live my life by help people.
Yeah. Help a brother out, right? So,
Yep.
yeah, man, how old are you?
I just turned 40 last month.
Just turned 40. Wise beyond his years, ladies and gentlemen. Alex Redman, friend, client, and new business owner and entrepreneur and partner of Bill Gustafson at College Town Siding and North Star Bailey. And you guys got two companies there. Bill, just get it one
It's
name, will you?
confusing. I know.
Just get one name. We'll talk about it. So, hey, he's got a knee surgery coming up. When is that?
Monday.
Monday, yeah.
Monday.
You're
Yep.
going to keep me posted because
Absolutely.
you're going to be tasked with getting him back inside the house and getting him squared away. So
Yes.
I'll let him know we're pulling for him. I'll send him a note too. But I appreciate you taking the time to do this. I know you're busy, got a lot going on, and you know that I'm always around if you need me. Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely, Bob.
I'm in your corner, and I think Bob, in a way, he wasn't a guy that when I came down to spend the day with Bill, and it was Bill and kind of Bob, and Bob was kind of off to the side. Then over the course of the day, he kept creeping a little closer, and before the end of it, he was like, "So yeah, this is what's going on," So it took him a little. It took a little bit to crack him,
Yeah. After that, I couldn't shut him up.
Yeah, totally old school guy. Kind of guy that you wouldn't worry about walking into a creepy place with. He'd have you back. So anyway, world needs more guys like Bob. Hope you share this with his family and Bill, and just kind of take a moment to pay homage to him. We appreciate what he did. I know Bill does, and I know you do for the legacy that he left in both you guys. So
Absolutely,
Alex, I appreciate it. I'm going to see you real soon. We'll talk. See you on the calls, and I appreciate you taking the time to come on and be a guest on the Summit podcast.
I can't thank you enough. I really enjoyed it. Take care,
brother.
everybody.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Alex.
Take care now.